But a tip off, we'll take that W and hand you a loss. Break your ankles on the cross, on God, I'm that raw. Off the bounce, leave you on the first step. It might be a long night for you without some double team help. Or the whistle from the ref, I'm from the school of hard knocks. Watch how I hit them with a shimmy when I get them on the block. We talking nothing but hoops, a floor general and it's true. Spot up in the corner, man, you know I'm gon' shoot. Or slam like an alpha, I'm beastin' like a boss named Hefe. Trapping on the baseline, you escape no way. A baller like Kobe wearing 24 and 8. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel, hey, with Mr. Slam and Alpha Dog 2 and Pure Waves with the best sports book too. If you wanna show support, give us a view. Call this an NBA jam. If you a super fan, hit the bell is what you do. We off the bounce, check up, level off the bounce. Let's get it.
He's on fire.
What is up, everybody? I am Alpha Dog here with my co-host today, Big Brain Bets. You guys have the two-man game between the two of us. BBB, how we doing?
I'm good, man. Not the biggest slate, but there's still a lot of places where we can make some money, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped to break it down with you, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we get going, we have to shout out Pure Wage, the best in the business, sponsored this show. If you don't check them out, check them out. Like I said, the best in the business. But BBB, we're going to get right into the breakdown. It's just us today. We start with the Suns going to the Magic. The Magic are getting 6.5. What do you think of this matchup?
Yeah, honestly, I think this is a decent spot for the Magic here. It can be a little scary to back the Magic just because of how awful of a team they are, but the Suns are just a completely different team right now. You know, no Chris Paul, no Devin Booker, Cam Johnson is supposed to probably be out on this one as well. He's a good perimeter threat. They're just missing so many pieces. It's tough. Like, there's no doubt the Suns are a great team. It's just tough to, back a team right now that's missing so many key components. This is one of those opportunities I feel like you see Orlando kind of snatch a cover here. Not necessarily maybe a win, but I could definitely see him covering. What about you?
Kind of reminds you last week of when the Magic played the Raptors and they got their only win in like forever and they absolutely blew them out. And it feels like just like this spot yet again this week. Like you said, Cam Johnson is out. They are still without Chris Paul. They're still without Devin Booker. Frank Kaminsky's been out forever. On the other side, Orlando's pretty healthy. The only person on the injury report is Jalen Suggs. He's questionable, but I think he does go tonight. I lean the Magic in the spot. Not my favorite play today. I am going to play it, though. Give me him by the 6.5. BBB, let's jump into the second game we have on the slate tonight. We have the Nets versus the Hornets. Hornets getting 4.5. What do you think of this matchup?
Yeah, this is a kind of a tricky one as well, I think, in my opinion, because we finally get to see the two Nets stars together. I think everyone, the public is all over the Nets, and probably rightfully so. Them two together it's a fun duo. It's fun to watch. I think that's what everyone's gravitating to. But I like the Hornets in this spot. I'm going a little contrary here. The Hornets, they're a great offensively home team, so I think they put up points. This is a really high total as well, and I think it's rightfully so. I do kind of I lean the over here, but I'm going to go with the Hornets plus the 4.5 in this one. But I think this is a shootout. KD's going to get his buckets, that's no doubt. But I think the Hornets compete and they keep it close. Whether they can pull out an actual win or not, I don't know. But I do think they can cover this 4.5. Do you have an angle on this one?
I do. I'm on the other side of you. I think we're finally going to see the Nets get a win here tonight and get a cover. Flipping over to the Charlotte side, there's no Gordon Hayward tonight. The Nets on their side will be without Aldridge, possibly without Cam Thomas, but we will see Kyrie and KD. And KD is a few games under his belt now, guys, and I think he's going to get right back into things of it. Give me the Nets by the 4.5, one of my favorite plays tonight. BBB, we are flying through this small slate. Moving on to the next game, we have the Cavs versus your Indiana Pacers. Cavs starting to get it going, man. Pacers getting +3. What do you think of this matchup?
Yeah, I think the line says it all here. This is a Pacers play. I hate betting the Pacers. I always end up doing it, and I always hate doing it. But I think this is a Pacers spot here. They're at home. The Cavs, like you said, are starting to get it going a little bit, but I just I like the matchup stylistically in here. And I think Halliburton has a great game. And, this is one of those where I probably am banging my head against the wall after the game's over because I bet the Pacers, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to hate it, but I'm going to do it. So I'm rocking with the Pacers in this one. So, if you can let me know why I'm wrong, I won't argue with you at all on this one.
I'm on the Cavs. We are on opposites so far today. Give me him by the 3 points. Garland is getting back as well. We all know he missed a couple games after the All-Star break, and he's getting the flow down. They will be without Jarrett Allen for the foreseeable future. No Karis LeVert tonight as well, but the Pacers have not been a good team. I think we see a Cavs landslide here. It's a perfect spot. Lines telling me Cavs all over, and they're in form. I think we see a nice connection between Mobley and Kevin Love tonight. They're going to have to develop some chemistry, especially with Jarrett Allen being out for the foreseeable future. Give me the Cavs minus the 3. It's going to be my POD tonight. BBB, you're usually a prop guy. We haven't heard any props from you today. Any props so far? Anything that's catching your eye?
I like Buddy Hield in this one. I think I like his rebounds over. It's sitting at plus money right now for over 4.5. But I just think he has a good game in general too. I think his points, rebounds, and assists would probably be safe as well. But any Buddy Hield prop you could probably target in this one. I like those there. I do have 1 or 2 props for a couple games later here though coming up. So I'll save those for you guys.
All right, let's keep it rolling then to the next game we have on the slate. We have the Pelicans traveling to the Grizzlies, getting 7. What do you like in this spot? Please tell me you have a prop.
I do like a prop here. I think CJ McCollum under on assist. I don't know if you saw that Brandon Ingram's questionable. I don't think he's going to go. I do kind of lean with the Grizzlies because of that as well, but I like his under assist because I think he's going to put more of the scoring load on him, and he has no problem doing that. We've seen him. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. He's been amazing for this team. We've seen the Pelicans, they're a whole new team since acquiring him. But they've also been playing a lot of weak competition, going up against people that are injured, and they've got some breaks with that, but they're still playing amazing. So I like his under assist. I think it's sitting at 6 right now. I think he probably gets 4, maybe 5. But I think he's going to definitely have to pick up the scoring load with no Ingram, who obviously is a big contributor for that team as well. Absolutely.
Do you like a side or a total in this one?
Yeah, I lean with the Grizzlies. I woun't necessarily take it. Same kind of with the prop. I think if you're going to take the prop, you got to take it assuming that there is going to be no Brandon Ingram. I wouldn't play it if he's not going to be there. But I like the Grizzlies as well. I don't think Brandon Ingram goes tonight.
Everything I'm reading kind of indicates the same, and the line kind of indicates that as well. The Grizzlies kind of got humbled. They did take a bad loss recently. I think they bounced back tonight. I do like them at the -7, but it's tough to play against the Pelicans. The Pelicans, besides that overtime disaster in their last game, they've been fantastic. So it's definitely a tough play. I am on the Grizzlies -7, but it is not my favorite play of the night. BBB, we're going to the next one. Shout out Hefe. He's not here for this one, but we do have the Bucks versus the Thunder. The Thunder are getting 14 points. What does that tell you? What are you thinking?
That tells me if Hefe was here, he'd be screaming in this mic. He'd be screaming at you guys that we have to take the Thunder. And just in honor of Hefe, I'm taking the Thunder because, Hefe always talks about it. These double-digit spreads, this is where OKC thrives. This is where they live. This is where they make the money for us. So I think it's a good spot for him. I think they probably lose this game by maybe 10 even, but, that still covers. And good teams win, but great teams cover. And OKC is a great team at covering. So I'm rocking with OKC tonight. Are you on the same side?
If Hefe was here, there'd be one thing he would say. He would ask me for the injury report and ask if SGA is good to go, and he is in the lineup. Future Nick, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing. They don't have Josh Giddey tonight. They still don't have Lou Dort, so they are missing a couple guys, but the +14 is too many points for this team. We've seen it time and time again. Late in games, they backdoor, and they stay competitive. They don't give up on a game. Give me the Thunder plus the 14. One of my favorite plays tonight. Any props on this one from you, BBB?
I didn't really have anything that caught my eye on this one. Honestly, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his PRA usually gets pretty inflated. I wouldn't be surprised if that goes under. I don't know what the exact number is, but if it's pretty high, that might be a place you can look. I know that's kind of contradictory to taking OKC, but just because they cover doesn't necessarily mean Shai's going to have some crazy game. That his gets inflated a lot of times, his points, rebounds, and assists, and so I know nobody likes taking unders, but a lot of times that's where a lot of the money can be made on those. So if it's up in if it's at 40, I would take the under.
I like it. BBB, this is crazy, but we are already on the final matchup of the night. So I expect at least 2 props in this one. We have a battle of the Clippers versus the Warriors. What are you thinking? Break it down.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I like the Clippers here, and I just think that the Warriors are struggling. and they just can't seem to put it all together. And I'm going to be a little contradictory here because I also like Steph Curry's points over. He's been getting it going. And those two don't necessarily correlate, though, in my opinion, because we've seen Curry have some good games, but it's not supported by the rest of his team. I think we see that again here tonight. The Warriors are not, or the Clippers are not that good defensively against point guards. And if we know anything, Steph Curry can light it up. So if he's hot from three tonight, I definitely see him, lighting it up. I don't know if he gets the support from the rest of his team. Clay, I just haven't. I don't understand what's going on with Clay. He just has not been able to shoot lately. He's not, he's not the Clay that we're used to seeing. And until they can kind of figure this out, it's been kind of weird for them getting them all back together. It's like getting the band back together. But we've talked about it before. When you have you're throwing in these new people, it's tough to really to get that chemistry back. I do think they'll find it. This is definitely a playoff team. They'll probably make some noise in the West. But so yeah, I like the Clippers, but I also like Curry over 24.5 points.
Guys, we're getting injury news as we speak. SJ Money in the chat, as he always does. He's seeing the exact same updates I am. Gary Payton just ruled out. Andre Iguodala just ruled out. Otto Porter just ruled out. So the Warriors are going to have some guys out yet again tonight. And James Wiseman, on a positive note for that team, has been cleared to play in 2 Santa Cruz G League games, Thursday and Sunday, in part of his recovery. So we could see James Wiseman back on this team in no time, which is going to be huge for them. We keep saying it on this show. Their interior defense without Draymond Green is what's killing this team. They can't stop anyone in the lane. They can't get rebounds. And that is literally derailing their season at the moment. So they get Wiseman back now. A couple more weeks to get Draymond Green back. They will be rolling. But right now, they're not rolling. So that leads me to my play. I'm all over the Clippers in this spot, guys. I think the Clippers win this one outright, and they get it done pretty easily. The Warriors just have not been in sync. They've shown me absolutely nothing, and there's way too much value in the Clippers +6. I'm not taking the money line. I lean the money line, but I am going to take the +6. There's just way too much value right now there. BBB, any other plays tonight before we dive into best bets?
No, I don't know. I mean, if anyone's got something they want to talk about in the chat, feel free to drop it in there before we drop into our best bets. But I don't know. I think it's not the biggest slate, but there's still some spots we can definitely attack. But yeah, I guess we're going to best bets
tonight. Let's get into it, guys. Best bets. Wade to LeBron. 2-man game style, boys. We are getting into it. First play is the Cavs -3, favorite play on the slate. Second play is going to be the Clippers +6. And my third and final play is going to be the Grizzlies, now down to -6.5. BBB, what are yours tonight?
I'm going to be going a little contrary with the Hornets +4.5, and then I will be going with Indianapolis +3, the Pacers. Got to rock my Pacer gang. And then last, I'm going to go with the player prop. I'm going Curry over 24.5 points. I think he lights it up, whether his team shows up or not. So those are my 3 best bets. And then, you know what? Since Hefe's not here, I'm going to throw the Thunder in there as well.
There we go.
We're taking the Thunder. That's the Hefe honorary pick.
Quick shout out. It is Slam the Bookie's birthday, guys. We love Slam. He will be back tomorrow. Hefe will be back tomorrow. We'll be back in full effect. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let's cash tonight. BBB, let's get it.